The Baylor Bears women's basketball team just committed a robbery in broad daylight. They flat stole the WNBA Atlanta Dreams head coach right from under their eyes with the preseason just 3 days away. 3 days!
I just want to say, if I may, before we get into this, Atlanta Dream can't catch a break, can they? Because last year, one of their co-owners, Kelly Loeffler, made the comments about not supporting Black Lives Matter and stuff, and had to sell a part of the team, sell her stake in the team, and she lost her Senate race. And now this. But
you said they can't catch a break. Shout out to the Atlanta Dream though, because had not been for those women on the Atlanta Dream basketball team, they put out for us, for us black folks, they put out, at the beginning, hey, Kelly Loeffler doesn't support us in our fight for Black Lives Matter. So even before her Senate race was like nationalized, the WNBA put on national platform like, this is the person that's running for senator, and this is why you can't vote for her. So shout out to them. That's actually a W for the players.
That's a W for the players. Okay, fine, for upper
sitting
management.
sitting on the forefront of the social justice issue. Just got to give y'all a special shout out.
That's okay, fine. Their upper management can't catch a break because their ownership was racist and they just lost their coach 3 days before the preseason.
I don't think the ownership thing is a big deal. Somebody else bought it.
I know.
So I don't think that's a big deal. I know. But anyways, Nicki Collen said money talks and Wright straight up at that organization. Okay. Now I don't blame her. So she won Coach of the Year back in 2018, but in 2020 her team went for a disappointing 7-15. Okay. Now you may be wondering why the season was so short. It's because of COVID, and also it's just because of COVID. That's really what it was, the pandemic in the bubble. Now, in what professional sport is it considered a promotion to leave the professional league you're in and head to college? Just women's basketball.
Women's basketball? I was about to say women's basketball.
Because the WNBA doesn't pay well. We all know this. We've seen the stories of all the WNBA players coming out and saying, hey, we need to get paid. Now, I must say, though, there are strides being made. Like I mentioned, not only are the WNBA players at the front of social justice issues, but also, they're fighting their own battle when it comes to getting some money.
Right.
But right now, I can guarantee Nicki Collen is making way more money at Baylor than she was in WNBA. But, to lead his team high and dry 3 days before the preseason game, I would tell Nicki, if you're listening, I know you're not, but don't burn your bridges just yet.
Right.
Now, the reason why I say that is because Kim Mulkey is ingrained into the College Basketball Hall of Fame. And those are going to be some big shoes to fill. Baylor has made it to 17 straight NCAA tournament appearances and won 3 national championships. So, shout out to her. Shout out to you, Nicki Collen. You'll be the 5th head women's basketball coach in Lady Bears history. But the moment she misses a tournament, I'm not saying she will, but if she does, let's just say if this was showtime at the Apollo, the Sandman will be putting on his tapping shoes and escorting her off stage. Gonna be a lot of dancing.
Right.
So, yeah. But shout out to you, Shout out to Kim Mulkey also checking up the
Hey, right. Hey. Well, she's from Louisiana, so that makes sense. She said, you know what? Hey, this has been fun, y'all. I'm going to Cajun country. I'll see y'all later. I'll see y'all in the tournament. But you mentioned it. In women's basketball, it's not really a demotion to go from the WNBA to college, especially somewhere like Baylor. If for some reason Gina Auriemma was to leave to go to UConn, to go to Stanford, South Carolina, those schools. Hey, look. You might get a little bit more notoriety being the coach there than you would be in the WNBA. So,
what you just say about Gino Auriemma?
I said if he was to leave for some reason.
And do what?
I don't know. Retire.
You said and go to South Carolina?
No.
You mean if he were to move school? Wait, what?
No, I was saying UConn, South Carolina, Stanford, Baylor, those schools are. Going from the WNBA.
Okay, I'm about to say.
Why would he do
Carolina.
that? That's lateral.
That's what you said.
That's lateral movement. Wow, that's
okay. So you meant teams like UConn.
Yes.
South Carolina.
Okay. I apologize for my wording. Excuse me. Sorry. But yeah, going to schools like that, coming from the WNBA to do that, you're probably making more money doing that, and you're gonna get more notoriety probably just because those teams are always in the at least in the Elite Eight and probably playing each other to get into the Final Four. Notre Dame even their women's basketball team is always one that's out there and making a bunch of noise. So hey, look, more power to her. Look, like they say, money talks, and she listened, and she's like, "Yep, I'm there." I don't blame her at all. Sorry for the dream, though.
Abandon the team. Abandon them.
Hey, look.
Abandoned.
She'll be all right. She don't care.
Robbery. Broad daylight.
Is it a robbery if somebody agrees to it? I'm just saying.
Yes, they stole her from the dream. Right in front of their eyes. Yes, they stole. They committed a robbery. Yes.
Look.
They stole. Listen, if I walk into your apartment right now and I say, come here, you got a little dog up in there.
I was about to say, I hope you're not talking.
And I say,
whoa. I was about to say, I know you're not talking to me like that.
Anyways, so if I walked into your apartment right now and you had a dog and I said, and your dog came to me and I walked out with your dog.
That's still robbery.
Isn't that stealing? Isn't that a robbery? Isn't that stealing your dog?
That's fair. Okay. I'm mad that you just compared I'm mad that you just compared a woman to a dog, Ashley. But
I did not. I obviously did not. Don't do that. I obviously did not compare woman to a dog. I just gave you an analogy because for you sometimes it takes longer for you to get stuff.
I had to high road you for a second, real quick.
Don't be doing that. I'm sticking with my women. Speaking of y'all, when I put the WNBA NCAA women's section on the. You did this to yourself. Mervin just tried to, he just tried to say I compared women to dog. So let me talk about it, y'all. When I put the women's sports on the planner for today, Mervin texted me and said, I don't want to talk about that. Can you make that your thing? Yes, you did, Mervin.
I didn't say that.
I literally replied to him and said, wow, Mervin. So if it's women's sports, you don't want anything to do with it? Isn't that what I told you?
That's not what I said, though. Mm-hmm. What I was saying was, and my exact words were, just like my Super League segment, Ashley's the one who cares more about it than I do. She knows a lot more about it than I do. So I figured it'd be best to make it her acknowledgement.
Right, y'all.
That's all I said.
I just want y'all to know, as soon as I did the women's sports, Mervin was like,
you know how many times...
See, pause. Let me tell y'all, he just compared this to Super League thing. Super League thing, that's European soccer. I know a little bit, but I don't know a lot. Mervin can tell you quite a bit about Baylor Women's sports because they're in the national highlight.
Can I?
I mean, they're a national... Okay, you know that they've won a few championships, right? Yeah. You know that they're in the NCAA tournament every year, right? You do know that their coach just left, right? And you knew the coach's name, correct? And can you name at least one player from Baylor? Okay. So back to what I was saying. Mervin did not want to talk about it today, ladies. And I just want to say, I've been trying to put, women's sports up in here. I'll be doing my little thing, every now and then I throw some WNBA or something. Mervin's like, I don't want that on this show. That's what he said. Verbatim. He said, I don't want that on this show.
I did not. Whoa. You are not going to do that while I'm trying to look for something. But I do know that Arike Ogunbowale yesterday was in my hometown of Cedar Hill buying an iPhone from AT&T. I know that. I know that because of Twitter. And I was like, oh, wait, Cedar Hill.
The dude who she bought the iPhone from tweeted afterwards, Enrique came in and bought this phone, and then he listed her accolades. She replied to the tweet saying, I'm so glad you didn't mention this when I saw you. Thank you.
Because I'm sure they get tired of it.
Yes, these celebrities, athletes be getting tired of it. So if y'all see this celebrity, act normal. You know what I'm saying? Have a normal conversation with them. Get your picture.
Right.
Have a normal
Okay.
About to say,
let me still snap one up, famo. Let's do this.
They already got to listen to the press every day, so also, that was dope though.